I am now at peace with my Zen.
Wow, that is an inspiring ValleyZen moment. Let's just soak that in and internalize that. Feel the energy that just emanates out of the DFJ offices. Part of the secret to their success.
Yeah, absolutely. We need proper Zen throughout DFJ, and it really has made a big impact on us.
That's fantastic.
I'm feeling it here. Drew really has quite some Zen. I'm feeling this Zen.
Tango Zen right now. Tango Zen. So you can just, part of Zen is about being unexpected, the spontaneous. When was the last time that you surprised yourself?
Oh, I do surprise myself regularly. Surprising myself is a good idea. Good question. I try to push myself to do interesting, different things. And so I got to, for instance, my sister started a TV show. I surprised myself in taking on the role of Principal Schmoke, and it's a very important role. And but it's only one episode a year. But I surprised myself, and I pushed myself to get into another character and pull myself away from my other character.
Step into an entirely different role.
I find that my life is much broader and more interesting if I see the path that I'm on and occasionally veer off of it. I have a list of things I've got to do before I die, and each time I see the opportunity to do one of them, I veer off. And it's kind of a fun thing because it takes me away from what would be a very linear life.
Yeah. I like that because what is linear is symmetrical, and Zen is much more about asymmetrical dynamism and embracing those kind of imbalances. And there's a lot of asymmetric energy in Silicon Valley. There isn't a linear 1, 2, 3, 4, or a manual that you can give to a startup to say, here are the nice and easy 10 steps, and you just go right in this order. So I think that's interesting. What do you think about asymmetry?
When I have goals, I have to sort of jump around to finally get to them. And so there's some linearity to getting to those goals, but the experience of life is not linear. Yeah.
And it's an interesting tension, isn't it, between what is linear and non-linear, what's symmetrical and what's asymmetrical, and achieving that Tim Draper Zen balance.
This complete balance, yes, absolutely. The balance has been very good. And actually, in reading your website,
ValleyZen.
The ValleyZen, it is quite extraordinary, and it got me thinking about the Zen of our business and how we could make it more focused and Zen-like. And I thought that was actually a terrific addition to what our business is here.
Oh, thank you.
So it was a nice way of looking at business, and it is true that if you have a good, strong spirit, it will drive your business. Because I think we're all very interconnected, and we when our businesses thrive based on how well we feel each other. So I think that makes a big difference.
I am Silicon Valley's artist in residence. I paint in the 2,000-year-old Japanese art form of sumi-e. I play the shakuhachi, which I'm going to do a special tribute for you today.
Oh,
Japanese
that would be wonderful.
Bamboo flute.
And I have seen some of your art, and it is absolutely beautiful.
I hope that my art appeals to the Silicon Valley audience out here because it's something that's very ancient, but it's also very modern, and I'm continually reinventing the frontiers of what that art form is about. The Kataoka family is a samurai line, actually, and just last year, for the first time in over 400 years, the Kataoka samurai sword left Japan, and my father brought it to Silicon Valley.
Wow.
And
so have you fought with it?
well, you said that you have a samurai sword.
I have a
You have a
samurai
samurai
sword.
sword too. So I think that we need to next time,
Okay.
keeping everybody tuned in. Maybe we can have a second chapter where we have some actual sword play. I think that would be pretty exciting.
That would be great. That'd be fun. Okay, next time, sword play. The song that I wrote, that is, you can hear if you go to theriskmaster.com actually, is a wonderful song that makes it takes people to where an entrepreneur is, where they down to their depths, down to where they feel what they had to do to accomplish what they wanted to do for the world. So that was it was when I had the opportunity to write the lyrics for this song, I dug very deep for those lyrics.
I think that's quite evident.
Have you met my friend here? This is a Cape buffalo, and I got chased by a Cape buffalo in Africa. And, we faced each other eye to eye, and his eyes were about that high, and mine were about here. And I had to get behind a tree, and it was about that big around. And then we juked each other a little bit around the tree, and then he gave up on me. So I was very happy to have
And this is, of
escaped
course,
the Cape buffalo.
the actual one that you faced,
Well,
of course,
it would
right?
be, it would be nice if it were, but it's at least a reminder of the Cape buffalo I actually faced.
That's a good test for entrepreneurs. Have them come in here and do
Yeah.
the showdown.
Yeah, face the Cape buffalo.
Face the Cape buffalo. I like that very much.
This was a gift from my son. He made this. It's a hoverboard. No, it's actually a skateboard. And he put the DFJ logo on it, and
It's a hoverboard, right? So if we stand on it, we'll float down
yeah,
Sand Hill
I
Road.
think
Is
so.
that right?
I think so.
So
well,
what's-
if you get a good enough speed going.
Have you ever received a ticket for hover surfing down
Hover
Sand Hill Road?
surfing, not yet. Not yet.
What's the key to good technique when you're hover surfing? I mean, how do you make sure? A lot of people have been known to fall off their hoverboards.
It's all about
You
the
have-
zen.
It's all about the zen. You can't
It's
be
all
afraid,
about-
right?
right.
When you step onto the hoverboard, you can't start to doubt or vacillate or
Right,
hesitate, right?
Right. It's
Okay.
all about pulling from all of the natural sources around you. Because otherwise it doesn't hover. I'm going to show you to another part.
Is in the board, that it's
Oh,
inherent
right.
in the board,
Oh, no,
right?
no. It's
Yeah.
in the
It's-
power of the individual on the board.
So I'm sure you probably had people come and try to step on it and say, well, what's wrong with
Say,
this hoverboard?
what's wrong? It should have
This
wheels
is
on it or
defective.
something.
Can we send
Yeah.
it back?
No,
But
they just
don't
don't
understand that it's something that has to be inherent in them. Well, that's another great test for entrepreneurs. They can come through, they can see the buffalo here, do the eye-to-eye stare down, then come test out the hover surfing
Oh,
board.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So what would be the next
So
thing that
here,
you would
I'm
do?
going to show you to another part. I'm feeling it.